Dr Demolition, by no great surprise, Dr Terry Quarmby himself. As most of you will know, Terry is a former president of the Institute of Demolition Engineers. I think he is certainly most certainly widely respected for both for his experience, but also for his academic achievements and qualifications as well. He really has managed to combine the worlds of demolition and academia as well. So before I get into the book, here's me and Terry talking about the book when it came out earlier this year. I'm back, but not entirely sure why. But this is back when I had maybe a little bit less beard. One of the things that really makes the book stand out for me is that the apparent contradiction that sort of seems to lie at the very heart of the book, in the fact that you spent almost your entire life railing against authority and the establishment, and yet you ended up as the head of a recognized institute, promoting professional development and encouraging people to pursue academic pursuits. The two things don't seem to go together, do they?
I don't know. It's quite a difficult question to answer, really, but I think you could probably sum it up by saying you can call it growing up, actually. I think if you start, if you're somebody like myself who started from humble beginnings in a place where people didn't have that much to look forward to, or certainly didn't have a lot of money to do anything with, you either tend to go along with the flow and become one of the herd, or you try to stand out and try to be somebody different than what you may end up being, as everybody else is. I think the one thing in my favour from a very early age, and whether that was because of my lack of family upbringing, if you like, or the lack of discipline I had from a fatherly figure, was the fact that I had a large work ethic. I didn't mind hard work, and I listened, I watched my peers to see what they did and how they did it, and I tried to emulate them. And over the years, that's the sort of ethos I've had in not being afraid to tackle anything, not being afraid of the mistakes I've made, actually, and I've made quite a lot of mistakes, as you can read in the book. But I think I've learned from them, and I've tried not to repeat them. I hope I haven't repeated them in later years.
So let me state for the record, I actually wrote the foreword for this book, so I may be just a little bit biased. Rather than actually reviewing the book, here is a very small part of the foreword that I wrote immediately after reading his book for the first time. Terry Quarmby is not defined by his chosen profession. Rather, there are parts of his profession that have been shaped by his very presence and influence. Let me just kill something. Bear with me 1 second. Right, okay. His is a story filled with plot twists, diversions, and unforeseen adventures. His is a restless spirit that is perfectly suited to his nomadic lifestyle of the jobbing demolition man. There are countless brushes with authority, ironic given his ultimate position as a respected head of an entire industry. That contradiction in that book is not unique in any way. There are rollicking tales that variously combine the Navy, rugby, fights, and more than a few pints in countless bars and pubs in the UK and far beyond. So while there's a lot of demolition in the book, it is about far more, or it's far more actually about the events that shaped the man that has helped to shape the industry. You can buy Dr Demolition using the link in the show notes.